today, after 15 years, the new revised edition of the standard has been launched in 15 locations all over the world. So it is a proud privilege for me to share this occasion, share this information with you all, and we must take pride in that great achievement, accomplishment that has been made. And let me put it on record that this revision of this handbook bears testimony of very complex findings that has gone from this country. I understand the largest number of consultations for the development of this new handbook took place in this country. Today, on this occasion, the humanitarian aid workers all over the world are engaged to reaffirm, recommit to the humanitarian charter, the rights principles in right process to protect the rights of people, to ensure life with dignity for those affected in humanitarian crisis. Let me take each word to explain. Humanitarian aid workers. All of us are humanitarian aid workers. Anybody who plays a role in any humanitarian crisis is a humanitarian worker. And today we are coming together, and it's happening all over the world, to reaffirm and recommit the humanitarian charter. This humanitarian charter is a universal principle of recognizing the humanitarian imperatives, and it is derived from universal human rights protocols. We are committed and we are accountable to follow these principles. And when we say we are accountable, this accountability is a threefold explanation. One is that we are accountable to the community for whom, or who are in crisis, for whom we have come forward to offer our services and knowledge, expertise, our efforts. So that's accountability number one. And then we are accountable to the country or the place where we are working, the society where we are working. So we are accountable to the social systems, social norms, and law of the land. And we are accountable to the people from where we are bringing those resources, or people who are contributing to meet the challenges of any humanitarian crisis. We are also accountable to them. So this threefold accountability is the backbone of our way of working. And so the rights of people are to be protected. And why we are interested in protecting the rights of people? To ensure life with dignity. And that life with dignity is not the aid is or the support that or the work that we do is not mere charity. It is a responsibility. It is the entitlement of the people who are affected in the crisis, and it is the responsibility of the humanitarian community to do things properly. And then when you say that it's the responsibility of the humanitarian community, it is the responsibility of that we say that the prime responsibility of responding to a humanitarian crisis is of the state, that is of the government. But the secondary responsibility to lie with the civil society players like us. So all humanitarian workers, humanitarian aid workers in general, we have the responsibility to ensure right to life with dignity. I guess I missed one sentence I should tell about Spearing India. This is an inclusive humanitarian coalition. It is a humanitarian platform at international level, and this started with an intent of assisting or promoting practice of these humanitarian quality and accountability standards and processes in the country. And therefore, we believed, some 8 years back, we believed that it can only happen if all of us come together. And that's the way we'll stay engaged with the system. We'll continue to challenge the system, and we'll bring newer and more efficient system in the interest of the people affected in humanitarian crisis. Thank you very much.